You want your charts to be clear and easy to understand, even if someone's looking at them for the very first time. So because you made the charts, you're going to be very familiar with what they're showing and what message they're trying to get across. But for someone looking at them for the first time, it might not be so clear. The trick here is to pretend that you're looking at them for the first time and think, if this was my first time seeing this chart, is it immediately obvious what's on this axis? Is it immediately obvious what these lines represent? Is the title descriptive enough? So pretend it's your first time looking at a chart, and it can be a really useful way to format it.
And one more thing is missing. If I was looking at this, I'd then look over it and say, okay, this axis is clear, clear, clear. However, I don't know what these represent. Are these dollars? Are these thousands? Are these units? So we need to kind of help the user see what's happening. And I've done that here by labeling the data series with what it is. Units sold is just a number, so that's fine. Total costs is in thousands of dollars, that's on the left. And revenues in thousands of dollars, and that's on the left. And units sold is shown on the right. Otherwise, it would have been hard for them to work that out. So the way we change that is we're going to change the series names, select data, and instead of using these as the series names, we're going to, instead of revenue, use revenue, the new one. Instead of total costs, use total costs with a bit more info. Instead of units sold, use this one. Now we just have to reshuffle that. Great, looks good. Another thing is that Excel sometimes adds a border to a chart, a gray border. So I like to remove the border. And if I want to add a border later on, I can do that in the report or in the presentation that I'm going to copy and paste it into. We could have used these longer names over here, but sometimes data looks better just standalone. Like this is still useful to look at, but these can just be elsewhere, maybe to the right of your screen, and you can use them as your series names. One more thing I'm missing is I want to make these a bit bigger. I realized that to the reader, they might have to squint to see that, so let's crank that up to 10 and 10. Great, and ironically, that's how you review a chart. You just look through each of the items. I'm happy with that, happy with that, happy with that, happy with that, happy with that. And for, just to get things right, let's make that the same color. Fill, blue, one darker.